Good morning, Stackers. It is Tuesday, February 25th, 2025. I have a weird-ass haircut going on. Don't know what the guy did, but, we'll live with that. My name is Joe Main. We're talking about gold versus real estate today, looking at those sort of ratios. We're going to talk, of course, Bitcoin, crypto, and all the other fun stuff that we do. If you're watching this on the replay, look, just use the time codes below to go to your favorite part. But if you're watching live, you get to enjoy every single damn thing we do here at Good Morning Stackers with me, Joe Main. But in the first 1 minute of the show, it's really why you all turn up so early. We do the synchronized slurp. You grab a tasty beverage. I grab my tasty beverage. We slurp them synchronously together wherever you are in the world, going out live on X and on YouTube right now. Ready? 3, 2, 1, slurp it. Good to see you, people. I hope you slurped it. That really is, it is the honor system. You must slurp it wherever you are. And I'm Joe Main, coming to you live from Melbourne in Australia. Been a stacker of precious metals since 2010, a stacker of crypto since 2013. I do this week daily live show. I worked for major bullion dealers here in Australia. I also help you launch and grow on YouTube and other social media. Hit me up with an email. You want to find out more? Yeah, you do. gmstackers@gmail.com. I literally have helped multiple businesses grow on social media to either build their customer base if they're a new company, or just get more customers, get more money. It's all about the dollar bills right there. So that's what I do. I help you create consistently engaging content for your business. I'll even do it for your personal brand as well, because there's a big melding of the two. It's the big thing now. Do you have a business? Are you an owner of a business? You really want to build your personal brand around that. Okay, it's the way to go. It's the way that the young kids are doing it these days. I really hate this haircut. It sucks. But anyway, what do you do? Let's do some quick shout outs, then we'll get to the topics of the day. Of course, the show is brought to you by Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au. There it is. And Wealthstack, wealthstack.com. You may now all tell me how bad my haircut is. GMS, unable to stay, but the topic is enticing. Yes, it is. So it is the replay for me tonight. And Miss Tony, keep Joe in line. Hey, I resemble that remark. Hi, Mike. GMS, says Tony Peterson. She's back with a vengeance. Love it. Google says house values dropped by 35% in the Great Depression. I can see why that would be true. Roosevelt mandated Order 6102 in 1932 to confiscate gold during the Great Depression. Wasn't a confiscation. It depends on your terminology. But as we all know, it wasn't a confiscation. It was a mandatory buyback, but no one came knocking on the door. So you can call it a confiscation, yes. Up for debate. No one came knocking on the door saying, with guns and stuff, saying, give us your gold, we're going to search your house. You had to report it. But if you just happened to not report it, there were fines involved. But, if you trusted your neighbors and stuff, if no one dobbed you in, it wasn't a confiscation as such. But yeah, I can see why, I'm just being a little bit too literal. Morning, Joe, says Jason Ashworth. Morning, Jason. Good to see you. How's the haircut? 24 degrees feels like 18. Ooh, right. Okay. 24 degrees in the top end of Australia. Yeah, that's cold for you. Like 24 degrees is like, that's literally I'm not joking, that's my perfect degrees. That's Celsius, of course. That's my perfect weather. 24 degrees in Melbourne, a light breeze, sun out, a little bit overcast actually. Oh, perfect. Morning all, says Knackers O'Reilly. Hey, chat fam. Niels Han Dynasty is back. Good to see. Back with the crystallized osmium. Buy silver, platinum, and crystallized osmium. Back with the osmium. Good. Still got to talk to you guys about that. The Don, good morning, slurpers. Hit the like button. Another great day in Melbourne. It's a little bit overcast here, I would say, where I am. In 1959, Australia put a law into place to allow gold seizures from private citizens, if expedient to do so, for the protection of the currency. This law was never rescinded. Could be true. And I don't doubt you. Depends on what they mean by seizure, though. Again, is it a buyback? A lot of people will just be suckered into doing it, though, of course. Only 2 weeks. Yes, that's exactly right, Pete. There's only 2 weeks between a good haircut and a bad one. Unfortunately, in less than 1 week's time, I'm going to be on a cruise ship again. So just heads up, next week, I'll be on a cruise ship Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then Tuesday morning as well. So on Monday and Tuesday, you will get live shows like you did from the cruise ship a few months ago. So you'll get some cruise ship live shows. I'm doing another performance on there. 24 degrees is exactly right. The gold was replaced by a gold certificate at the start of the downfall. Yeah, my screen is cycling. I can't hear Joe yet. The internet is bad today. Get Starlink. Get Starlink. Tony. GMS, hope everyone is well. Yeah, we've got a lot of people, got a bunch of people watching. Great, fantastic. Of course, we'll do live gold, silver, platinum analysis. We'll do Bitcoin and crypto too. Ooh, that's looking a bit. Anyway, let's. Crypto crashing, hand orange covering eyes. Sure, I can't see that. Those things don't come up the emoticons for some reason. Anyway, let's talk about it. Let's talk about gold versus real estate, in particular the gold versus real estate ratios. How many ounces of gold does it take to buy the average house price? Now, we're actually going to do it in two markets. We're going to do just the general US market, okay? But we had someone ask specifically for the Australian market as well. The problem is that with the data is hard to come by, and there's not really one person that just looks at it very closely. So I've had to kind of gather bits of data myself. It won't be perfect, but it will give you a sort of it'll be directionally helpful, if that makes sense. So what am I talking about? Obviously, gold versus ratio, gold versus, what am I talking about? Gold versus real estate. Okay, you take the price of gold divided by the price of the average real estate, or you do it the other way around, and you get a ratio number. Obviously, as the number is going up, it takes more and more gold ounces to buy your average price home. As the number goes down, it takes less and less gold ounces to buy your average price home. That's preferably what we want. We want to see that number go down and down and down if you are looking at buying a house or looking at buying another investment property, etc. So I'm going to share the screen first, and we'll take a look at the American one. We'll take the US dollar one. Okay, I'm going to share the screen over here. Let's take a quick look. So this is coming to you from longtermtrends.net real estate gold ratio. Okay, and it is the Schiller Case Home Price Index versus the gold ratio, and we'll pop it into, it's going back all the way to 1970. And here's the interpretation very quickly. The real estate to gold ratio measures the amount of gold it takes to buy a single family home. Yep. Based on the pioneering research by Robert J. Schiller and Carl E. Case, the Case Schiller Home Price Index is generally considered the leading measure of US residential estate prices. The index has a base of blah, 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 blah. Data sources and from the Federal Reserve Bank in St. Louis, Yahoo Finance, historical data, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so pretty easy. You can see it goes back actually quite a long way. Goes all the way back to the 1800s. Okay, so 1800, it was taking about, isn't that interesting? 1800s, it was around about roughly your average 300 ounces of gold. And we peaked up to about 500 ounces of gold. Now, I find this interesting. I have to assume this is true, but this real big peak up here in 1970, I've seen different numbers, and this one seems like a big peak number, but I'm going to go with it. Okay, seems pretty official. Back here in the 1930s. Okay, so 1934 went down to about 234 ounces. Again, this is gold in US dollars versus the average US median priced home. Okay, cool. And then the big peak in 1970. Okay, right there, big peak in the 70s, big inflation going on in the 70s. Okay, so that's like 900, it's only 1,000 ounces of gold, according to this particular data. Okay, so as you can see very clearly, number go up, number go down over time. And then, of course, 1979, 1980, that's when gold had its massive run, okay? And that's when it went up to about $850 US in $1980, that is, okay? And I don't know what real estate was doing at the same time, but you can see 116 gold ounces. That's a huge difference in about 10 years, roughly, like just no more than 10 years, from roughly 1,000 ounces down to, that's basically a 10 times, if that makes sense. So yeah, 114, 116, then back up to 700 something in the early 2000s. That would have been because gold was going right down at the same time, probably real estate going up, gold going down. Of course, the lows of gold in the early 2000s. And then let's pop over to the last 20 or so years. So according to this particular data, let's see, we've got about 700 ounces. And then since about, 2005, that's when gold started really having its new bull run, okay? You can see very clearly all the way down to 2011 when we got back down to, and this is the peak of the gold market, back down to 150 ounces of gold. So again, back here, 2011, okay, 2001, 700 and something, nearly 800 ounces, and then back in here, 150 ounces of gold. That's pretty good, okay? And then just recently, we've been as high as around about 320, okay? And then apparently now, in 2024, again, America, all right, US dollars. There's the low. That's in, we had this, obviously the COVID low, okay? Well, there's COVID back in March. Where are we? March is right here. And then gold had that lovely move. Okay, a lot of people selling their houses, okay, looking to move. So a lot of real estate went up for sale during COVID. People wanting to, move out of certain areas and all that kind of stuff. So then you saw this dip back down to around about 200 ounces since then. So 2022, where the peak is so far at 300 and something ounces. And then 2024, right here, we are right now at back down to 200 ounces. Again, US dollars in US dollar gold versus US median price home. Cool. So right now it's pretty low. We're at a decent low here. And the question is, do we go lower? We don't know exactly, but my guess is yes over time. Post your comments below. Are you looking forward to the day when you can get, again, maybe 100 ounces of gold for the median priced home? But it does seem to be, we're at a key level right here, which is around about that 200, and it's really hard to show you this chart. It's not that interactive, okay? But you can see very clearly here, looking like the bottom is here. So if I would suggest that bottom is that 200. Okay, you can pretty clearly see right there. So that's that touch right there, a second touch right there, and then we're back at it. Okay, so I don't know what happens. You don't know what happens. Do we bounce from here? It takes more gold ounces to buy the average US priced home in the years to come. I'm not so sure. I mean, gold we think goes to 5,000, 8,000, 10,000, possibly even more US dollars per troy ounce. That would tend to, and if we are, and I believe we are going through a capital rotation through gold and the stock market as well. Stock market and real estate, I believe they tend to follow each other pretty well. Could be completely wrong on that. You can correct me if I am wrong, but I do feel like this ratio is going to drop further. Now, what is your number? Do you have a number? And you can do that in terms of if you're in the US or anywhere else. What's the number of gold ounces for you? We can talk about silver as well in just a second. Do you have a number in mind? If it hits 100, is that the time that you do it? Do you have a number in mind? Post a comment below and let me know. So that's the US rate. Pretty low, okay, 200. Definitely got room to move further. And the historical low, again, more recently, is that 1980 low of 114 ounces. Okay, so you've got room way to go way down. At least you can see very clearly there, that's breaking down. So you can see at least a touch of probably 150 would be tested. I could see 100. And back here, it was 60. Where are we? Where's the lowest it was? Yeah, no, according to here, that was the lowest in 1980. Okay, I would watch out for around about that area of a previous major low, around about that. If I could draw in a rectangle right here, I'd put in a range of between the 120 to 150 range is the area I'd be watching out for major support. But again, gold goes through a massive run. And don't forget, right, so this is 1970 to 1980. So if we're starting from this high point, it could go a lot lower. Okay, what's that number for you? Post a comment. So that is US dollar. This is the US market. Okay, now we're going to take a look, or try and take a look at the Australian market specifically. Okay, so I had to do a bit of grokking, a bit of data. Okay, so here's, it's not that one. Here's what I did. So basically, and now look, we know that grok isn't perfect. It's given me, I don't think it's making up the stuff, and the direction seems to be generally correct. Okay, so I said, give me all the data you can about how many troy ounces of gold it has taken to buy the average Australian home going back as many years as possible. Okay, methodology. So historical gold prices in Australian dollars per troy ounce are sourced from records such as goldbreaker.com, Bullion Vault, Reserve Bank of Australia, adjusted for annual averages where possible. Okay, home prices are taken from sources like the Australian Bureau of Statistics, CoreLogic, and historical reports on median dwelling prices, often focused on capital cities or national averages, and then obviously the calculation for each year, the average home price is divided by the average gold price. You flip it that way in order to estimate the number of troy ounces required. So here's what they came up with. I won't bore you with all those details. It put it in a handy little table for me right there. And then it told me how to do it, how to put a graph into Excel as well. So I just inputted all those numbers. And here we are, inputted all those numbers, the year, so 1970 all the way to 2024. Let me move my head out the way so you can see that much better. Cool. There you go, to 2024. It skips a lot of years along the way, though. It seems to do something like 1970, then 75. It's this weird thing where it's doing, I don't know why, but it goes 1970, 1975, then 79, 80, 85, 89.90. It's this interesting pattern it does. But then you can see it very clear, and I got to plot it right here. So here you go. The number of ounces it requires Australians to buy the median priced family home over a number of years. So again, it won't be perfect, but back here in 1970, it apparently took, now this is quite different to the US data. So in 1970, for example, it was around about 1,000 ounces of gold. So I'm wondering about the data, if it's particularly accurate, but there could have been stuff just going on in the market. Maybe Australian housing prices were a lot higher, like comparatively to gold in Australia in 1970. A whole bunch of reasons. Anyway, it's 370, okay, apparently, right there. Then we had this dip down into 1980. Okay, so that would accord with the big dip in the US version. Okay, 65 ounces of gold, apparently, it took in 1980 to buy the average Australian family home. That's pretty darn low. Okay, then we had the big move, okay, 1980 to 2000, and technically now we don't have the 2011 data, but this was 2000 and what's the highest point? So it's it's 500, so 2005. Okay, well that would be the dip in the gold price. Okay, so it took apparently 585 ounces, so 65 in 25 years. It went from 65 ounces to 585 ounces of gold. That's huge, man. That's my technical term, huge, man. And then since 2005, you can see very, very clearly a steady decline. And just at the end here, we are falling. It looks like we're falling off a cliff, which is good news. So we're now down to, apparently in 2024, 244 ounces it took. Troy ounces to buy the average family home. Okay, downtrend, looks like it's only going down further. Trend is your friend. We do believe that gold is going to continue to go up in US dollar terms and in Australian dollar terms over the next 3 to 5, 10 years, roughly. Again, could be 5,000. Well, I mean, 5,000. We're nearly at 5,000 Australian dollar gold. Okay, 10,000 Australian dollar gold, absolutely no problem whatsoever. But if we're talking US again, 8,000, 10,000 US dollar gold, even possibly more. Okay, I believe we're going to see that number drop even further. I would suggest, geez, if there ever comes a time it gets back down to that 1980 level, geez, I would be highly considering swapping over at that point. For me personally, and I'm a silver and not gold, so I'll do the silver equivalent. I don't have that data for you right now, unfortunately. Sorry, just want to do gold today. But when it gets down to under that 200, again, probably for me that 150 to 100 level. Okay, I would say 150 to 100 is where I would be looking very heavily at swapping my silver for gold. It all depends on what else is happening in the market, what else is happening in my life and all that, but that's when I would really start considering. You start getting down to that 150, 100 kind of level, then I'd be really considering it. Again, reassessing at that time. So that's a line graph right there. And then just out of interest, I did it in columns as well. So you can see much easier. Okay, so there's that peak there. Then it looks like we are trending down at this stage. And that kind of average, yeah, watch out for that general average of like, yeah, I think that 100 to 150 mark, if I was drawing in a line, which I can't, I'd probably pop it in at around about there-ish would be a good area for me. So that is the Australian dollar, the Australian housing market to gold ratio as well. Let me move that out of the way and post your comments below. Let me know your thoughts. Are you bullish on the Australian housing market versus gold? I will get your comments. I will not go backwards in the comments. And don't forget, we will be doing gold, silver, platinum analysis, taking a look at crypto and as crypto as well. Let me see. The outlook at the end of March will look very different to today, in my opinion. Oh, what are we going to be woo-woo? Going to try, yes, you should try restarting. Very sad. Houses have gone from homes to investment vehicles, says Jason Ashworth. If it was not treated as such, we wouldn't be in the housing crisis. We are now. Well, yeah, I mean, I can see, yes, they have gone, yes, the rules, yes, there's many more regulations and rules have been favoring buying houses, flipping houses, buying houses as investment properties and all that. I mean, houses have always been investments, but yes, I hear what you're saying, yes. And it has fueled that that huge demand. I do agree. Tony Pearson says, I can finally see and hear Joe, but only catching a few words before it stalls again. Oh, I'm sorry. Agrees, says Pete, repeat. I agree, Jason. Foreign investment, negative gearing, and immigration are the major factors that are driving the housing prices. Absolutely. Has anyone seen the video of Senator Gerald Rennick asking where Australia's gold is? I haven't seen that. I'd like to know where that is as well. I think it was Keating. Was it Howard or Keating? I think one of our prime ministers, sold basically all of our gold in the late 90s, early 2000s. I think it was. Yeah, just sold it all. Sold it at, when it was at around about 250 Australian dollars an ounce. Now we're at like 4,400 Australian dollars an ounce. Right at the very bear market of gold in Australian dollars, the Prime Minister at the time, forgotten which one, sold it all. That's real smart. I'm going to sell all my gold at the low. Morons. Only corrupt politicians become prime ministers, it seems. Looks like Voldemort. Dutton will be a shoo-in. Albanese made him look like a good option. Yeah. So I don't know much about Dutton. Here's the thing. And we won't get into politics too much. We've got too much to talk about. I tend to follow US politics more than my own Australian politics, which I probably should. Just out of interest for people who are interested, Dutton is the opposition leader. They would be the Conservative Party. They happen to be called the Liberals. It's a whole thing. Liberals here are conservative. It's a whole thing. I don't know much about Dutton, though. I mean, I know he's on the Conservative team, but I don't know too much. I mean, are they kind of one and the same here in Australia? Is it all so corrupt that it's like doesn't really matter whether the Conservatives or the Labor Party, being left-leaning, get in? But yeah, I think Albanese, who is the current left-leaning Prime Minister, he's gone. And it's probably going to be another Conservative party that gets in, I imagine. All right, cool. Good stuff. Let's take a look at the price of gold while we're talking about it. And then we'll get to silver, etc. And we'll talk about, all that other stuff like crypto and all that. Oh, okay, cool. Well, goodness. Here is gold on the daily time frame, priced in US dollars. Wow, $2,952 we made. Another brand new all-time high in gold overnight. Technically slightly higher, okay? It's just like a couple of bucks higher. So $2,955, so something like that, 56. So brand new all-time high in gold. However, the momentum is still waning. All right, it just doesn't mean we're tanking and going to it's it for gold. No. but it isn't. The momentum is waning a little bit. Okay, these higher highs aren't much higher highs. Okay, and also the relative strength index on the daily time frame, you can see it's just going up on the daily, but is still down on the relative strength index. Okay, want to see at least some weeks close out, for maybe wait for this week to close out, but similar thing, right? You're seeing an upward move in the fiat dollar price, and at least on the weekly we might be doing okay, but on the weekly I'd actually be looking at the major levels. So on the weekly you'd be coming back to here and looking at the major high points. Okay, so that's kind of in the upward direction, and that so far is in the downward direction. Okay, a little bit bearish potentially. Okay, it just does look like the momentum is waning, meaning we could have a potential move down for a short period of time. Okay, whether that be a couple of weeks or a little bit longer. Just watch out for that area there at around about 2,800 US dollars. That's where you want to find support. I'm going to stick with my guns. I'm betting on that rather than. Now I could be totally eating my words here, by the way. I'm betting on that rather than a continuation and onwards and upwards and on through we go. Could be wrong, okay? Could be completely wrong, but I just see that move and I see that move and I just, we've already gone into we've already been extremely overvalued on the daily, and I could see that tick over, but could be absolutely wrong there, okay? Just watch out for that. But dollar cost average is your best way to go with gold in the first place. Gold and USD. Silver is still below $32.50, okay? $32.35. Back down on the relative strength index on the daily time frame. That is still my bet at this stage. I will stick with it for now, where we do something like that, and down to there. Okay, we had that spike to $33.40. Big spike. Okay, we failed to break above it. It's been a number of days now. We've failed to break and hold above that new little interim high there at $33.50 roughly, and so we're back under $32.50, which is a very key level that we did break out of, but we've failed to hold it so far. So that's my guess at this stage, maybe back down to this area here, anywhere between $31 to $30.50. Okay, the general zone right there. Yeah, could be wrong. That's what I'm looking out for. What will negate that? Higher prices. Where we start closing back above and holding above $32.50 and then start doing that, sure. That'll give me confidence. But yeah, a little bit of a dip after a decent rise. Okay, that, yeah, not surprising. That is silver. Not a lot to say. Platinum. Isn't that interesting? So here's platinum in US dollars on the daily time frame, $968. Let me get rid of all of that for you so you can see that better. Where do we find exact support? Isn't that interesting? What do you know? Right here at that big uptrend line, goes all the way back to like $750, I think it is. All the way back through there. A couple of goes at breaking below. We had a brief move there to the top end of the best buy. 2 touches of the top end of the best buy zone at $900 US. Could we go back there? Yes, but look, cautiously optimistic. We found exact support. Crazy. Exact support at the bottom end of this triangle right here. This has to play out very soon. I would say by the end of March that has to play out. So by the end of March, this is my call. By the end of March, you will have your direction for a little bit longer. Okay, it's either going to do this, dunk, 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 or it's going to do, that, something like that, or even that. All right, bunch of options, but indeterminate at this stage. I'll remain cautiously optimistic for platinum while we're in this zone here. When we're in this zone here, I have to technically remain depressed. Up in here, I'm cautiously excited, and anywhere here and above, I am excited for platinum. And as you know, I'm like full bull for platinum. If when we start closing any month above $1,115 US, then we'll talk go time for platinum. We're nowhere near there yet. Cool. That's platinum. Short answer, yeah. Gold to silver ratio is climbing at the moment, so gold is outperforming silver once again. It looks like it's wanting to get up to at least its final hurdle right here of that 93.5 level. I'm looking for a touch there at least. You break through 93.5, then, and you hold as support, then probably onto the 100 to the 100 ratio at least. Okay, but we're at the top end of we're in the sort of getting into the outlying zone of the normal range. Okay, so the higher and higher you go, you actually don't want to be buying gold. You want to be buying silver as this ratio goes higher into the sort of outlying ranges. Okay, because then the snapback will happen eventually, and then you can snap up more gold. Cool, good. Yeah, das ist it, yo, for the precious metal stuff. Speaking of, buy from Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au. Do I need to say anything else? No. Free shipping when you buy over 20 or more items. They don't ship internationally. Sorry, international people. They only ship Australia-wide. Best prices, best service. I'm not joking when I say this, by the way. You know, I've worked for 3 of the big boys here in Australia over 11 years. I know what I'm talking about, okay? And they're doing it the best in all of Australia right now. Now, do I have multiple friends do I have multiple people I know and friends in the industry that have other bullion businesses? Yes, okay. Are they doing it good too? Yes, some of them are doing it fantastic. Do they offer free shipping though? Nope. They do not. Can they? Yes, they probably can. Do they choose not to? Yes, they probably choose not to. Okay. Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, only company in Australia that gives you free shipping. Buy over 20 items, mix and match of any items, it's the best. Okay. And great prices, great service, as I said, great range and all that good stuff. Just go to perthbullion.com.au and Wealthstack, wealthstack.com. Do you want to save and invest in real physical gold? Okay. With the convenience of an iPhone or Android app. It is the Wealthstack app. Okay, you're saving and investing in real physical gold, backed one-to-one with real physical metal, held in storage for you on your behalf. You do own it. It is under your name, technically. Okay, held by one of the largest gold distributors, wholesalers, and storage facilities in the world. They're one of the top 5, okay? And they're LBMA registered. So it's all good stuff. You know it's on the up and up. This is an Australian-owned, operated, and regulated company, okay? Wealthstack.com. Even though it's .com, not .com.au, they're still Australian-owned and operated. And all I'll get you to do is please go and check out the app. At least download it. Check out the interview I did with David Ski. That's on my channel. Okay, the CEO. We went through all the frequently asked questions. Here is what it looks like. It's the Wealthstack app, one word. Okay, that's the logo. That is the user interface. It's totally user-friendly. It's completely secure. You have to add your ID and go through all those checks and balances. And why would you want to do this in the first place? Well, you're buying gold for spot plus 1%. So market value of gold plus 1%, which if you don't know much about the gold industry, 1% over market price is pretty good. I mean, you have to normally buy, a kilo's worth of gold, which is like, 100 and something thousand bucks right now to get that kind of low prices. Okay. But with Wealthstack, wealthstack.com, you can buy $10 worth of real physical gold for spot plus 1%. They don't jack up the prices, okay? It's a great way to save and invest in a sort of dollar cost average, very small way. Send this to your friends and family. If you're not into it yourself, that's fine. You want to hold the physical in your own hands? Great. Send this to your normie friends and family that you're trying to wake up to get into precious metals in the first place. It is the perfect gateway drug. Wealthstack, wealthstack.com. Any more comments then we shall get onto? No, we shall get onto crypto stuff. Spaghetti-O. Oh boy. Okay, we are watching it in real time, people. Real time. Let me just go there. What's that doing? Ooh, 242. Ooh, that's not good. Dang, man. We are heading down. Nope. Sorry. Share the screen. Sorry, gang. Here is Bitcoin. Ouch. On the daily time frame. 92,700. Complete rejection of that level. Man, some people are going to be saying that we are just heading downwards and downwards and it's all over from here. Could be true. Okay. I might need to cut a position very soon. Okay, and I'm down even further on it, so I might just have to take my losses on it, but that is what it is, okay? Don't hold to zero, people. But here is Bitcoin. We failed. Here we go, very clearly, all right? 96,500, the key Fibonacci from this high and this low, okay, acted as support for a good bit of time. Not any longer. Support. See all those spikes, but where it closed, always above that 96,500 level. Even there, couple of closes, right? And then bang, back above, acted as support. That was good. No. And then we finally started closing days below that 96.5. That wasn't a good move. We had that fake out down here, but another fake out up here. So it's really damn volatile. And you shouldn't be trading this volatile. If you're not a professional trader, which I am not, don't trade the volatility, okay? You'll just get completely wiped. All right, we had that move to $100,000. And then, gee, what do you know? That Bybit hack happened right at the stage that we were just closing above that key Fibonacci right there. We hit almost 100,000. People are going, oh, it's going to get back over 100K. That's a good signal. Bybit hack. Bang. Okay, and that's just pulled the ass out of the market. All right, then we found a few days closing below that 96,500. And we opened yesterday. We spiked right at, gee, what do you know, right at that 96,500 level. And this just happened in the last couple of hours. All right. Last few hours, bang, back below. Not a good sign, people. Okay. Not a great sign. We are now back below the uptrend line that goes all the way back to the February to 2021. Sorry, the previous 2021, April and November 2021 highs. We're now back below there. So let me just pop off all the indicators. Yeah, no, my sound hasn't gone off. I'm just leaving some silence for effect. That's on the monthly time frame. That's not great. Okay, not good. Potential double top here. Potential double top on the monthly time frame. We're now back into the normal zone, the top end of the normal zone on the relative strength index. Okay, that's the monthly. Let's look at the weekly. Ooch, moving down, broken supports. Have we done that on the larger? Let's have a look here. No, but yeah, I wouldn't use that as a gauge. Not great. Okay, not great. Let's have a look on the quarterly time frame. Dang, not helpful. Okay, now we need to zoom out a little bit though, and we'll zoom out a lot a bit. Okay, let's take a look at Bitcoin on the total historical chart, the Bitstamp exchange price. I haven't got any indicators, just look at it. Okay, up. Cool. This quarter now we're not at the end of this quarter just yet, but it is a red quarter now. Okay, we've turned it into a red quarter. However, look, on the positive side, look, we're extremely overvalued on the quarterly time frame right here, but you can spend a lot of time here. So some people will be saying, look, this is just a little blip along the way, which it absolutely could be. Okay, so let's see, for example, when was that? That was April of 2024. When was the last one? Okay, July of 2023. Let's see, in the last bull run we want to look at. So that was the last one. That's 2021. Where were we sort of this time in 2021? Where were we? Well, that's 2020. So that's the halving there in 2020. Okay, then we had that. Yeah, that's 2021 right there. Sorry, there you go, right there. Yeah, on the quarterly time frame, it's unusual. I think, is that unusual to see a quarterly close in the red and the year after the halving? Could I be wrong on that? That's the year of the halving. That's the year after the halving. 1, 2. Well, we saw it there, but that's after the peak right there. Oh no, you saw that quarterly, and then we had that double top, right? Not double top, but you had that top there, and then that slightly higher high there. Okay, so look, a red quarter is not out of historical norms. Okay, you could easily see, and again, everyone talks about potentially this lower area of a spike down to about that $75,000 area. Yeah, I could see that. You'd want that to be a very quick spike though, please and thank you. Okay, that's going to send, if that was to happen, if we get back down to, and I'll pop in all that stuff, if we get back down to there, Not looking great, peeps. Not looking great. Again, yes, you can have a spike here. This could be a move and it fakes you out. Sure. On balance of probability, you'll be wanting to watch out for about there. No lower than there, please. And thank you at around about that $74,000, $75,000 area. Technically, on the larger time frames, it is kind of par for course. You come up, you break through, and you have a retest, okay? But you really don't want to see that 75,000 kind of move. And the fact that we're back below there, I don't like that, okay? So not looking great at the moment. Preferably not anywhere below 90,000, but so far, so not good at the moment. So there'll be people who are saying, oh, look, it's going to fake us out here again. It's going to do this, and once again, it certainly could, but yeah, don't bet on that, okay? There might be a lot of people saying, down we go. I have to remain bearish for the moment for Bitcoin. Could completely fake us out and do another run, sure, but can't be confident with Bitcoin until at least bare minimum over $101,000, and we ain't there yet. Cool, so that is Bitcoin. Spaghetti-O. I might be having to cut some stuff. This is the altcoin market. Others might see the altcoin market minus the top 10. Okay, back below 250 billion. Okay, when I said yesterday back below 250 billion, I said watch out for this area here at 230 billion. So that's probably going to see a test. And if that does not hold, then you're going to come back and test here, this uptrend line. Don't know if that will happen. Don't know when that will happen. So ignore the time frame. But if that happens, you need to see that bounce quick, bloody smart. And if that doesn't, you're screwed. Is this the technical term? If that doesn't occur, if that doesn't hold and you do that, bad news bears. Okay, then we're coming back down to like way down here. And your altcoins are going, okay, they're going down faster than me on a black run ski slope, which on a diamond run ski slope when I don't know how to ski. All right. That's dead, okay? Not great, okay? But yeah, watch out for 230 billion. That's preferably where you need to find the support is. A quick little spike down there. Great, do that. That would be fine. I'd love that. Let's do that. But don't hold out for hope. If you are in positions where you're in a loss, there we go. If you're in a position where you're in a loss, you may need to consider just cutting your losses, which I may need to do with my Pengu position, which is not great. But let's take a look at are there any signs of potential bottomings, signs of potential life? Look, you could say here there's a potential, I don't know, bullish divergence. No, that's actually not. That's not, because that would be a higher low and that would be a higher high and a high high. So there's no bearish stuff here. You could say potentially here. If that plays out, you could say potentially, if we find decent support here at 230 billion. So I know this is very, you might not be able to see this so well. Let me get in a little bit closer. I don't know. Can you say potentially that this could occur where we find a bounce here at your 230? Let's say you find a bounce there, and then you've got something like that. Lower low. And no, you don't, because that's a lower low. Sorry, I'm looking for higher lows. No, it's the same thing. Lower low, lower low. So no, that would just be a continuation of the trend. You would need to see a higher low for that. So no, nothing showing at this stage that there's going to be any kind of turnaround. Okay, watch out for that 230 billion. Okay, let's go to something like, I'll do a quick one. Okay, very quick for the TOSHI people, just because I like to keep up to date with them. And also, just to be honest with you, anytime I do a TOSHI video, it trends really well because I'm doing it for the views as well, people. So don't mind me. Here's a quick TOSHI update. Again, very, very quickly, we've broken down through the top end of the best buy zone. So I'm expecting a touch of bare minimum 0.00055, 0.00054. And the more times you test it, the more likely it is to be taken out. So that's what you would want to see. That, please, would be great. Nothing is guaranteed here. I absolutely have absolutely no idea. You've got to at least clear above that 0007 level in order to say with any confidence whatsoever that TOSHI will be back. Okay, so we are not there yet. And I cannot tell you, I love TOSHI, love the TOSHI fam. I've been in TOSHI. I'm out of TOSHI at the moment. I will continue to watch it, but I change my tune to the message of the market. I am not a holder of anything if it's still going down and down and down. So I got out of TOSHI a little bit ago. If it does find that bounce and we do that, oh yeah, then I'll be really probably back in again, because that would look like a pretty good change of market structure there, back into sort of bullish territory. All right, and then the ultimate confirmation would be back over 001 roughly, kind of this general area here. That's like good, go time. We're not there yet. Okay, so what I'm expecting, if crypto is going to go down a bit further, expect a potential move down to here. Watch out for the best buy zone bottom end. That's at that's 0004 for TOSHI. Why? It's based on this previous spike back here. You can see that very clearly there. Can you see that? Right there. Okay, goes through there. Watch out for that. You also see it's a cluster of buy and sell. It's a cluster of prices. So I could see 0.0004 as being a decent area of support. However, whether you buy there or not, that is your call. I probably won't be buying there. I'm not going to buy on there because, you know, there's the potential that it goes even lower, okay, depending on what general crypto is going to do. I'm waiting for at least a close above the 0.0007 area. So that's a quick update. I'm not in TOSHI. Love the TOSHI fam. If when the crypto run continues, then I will be back in TOSHI in a big way. It's the face of base. It's listed on Coinbase as well. Brian Armstrong's cat, the whole deal. You know the deal with the fundamentals of TOSHI. It is a meme coin, of course, but it's the meme coin of the base chain, which is owned by Coinbase. Get it? Got it? Good. So crypto good, TOSHI great. Crypto good, TOSHI great. Crypto bad, TOSHI worse. Okay, probably. So just watch out for there. Okay, that is TOSH. Final comments, and shall we get out of here? Dang, that is a big red candle, says Tony Pearson, for Bitcoin and crypto. Yes, it is. General question time. Love it. How's the PhD going, Joe? Proper human diet. It is going fantastic. Thank you for asking. That's water. So do you go? So let me tell the quick story. And we're getting towards the end of the show. We've done our crypto, we've done our precious metals, we've done the topic of the day, real estate. Now this is where we S the S. We shoot the SHIT. So get your questions in. Probably don't have time for a chart request today, unless someone wants to really pop it in. But how's the proper human diet going? It is going fantastically. Thank you, Pete. As you know, I've been a carnivore since 2018. Not long after a little bit before or a little bit after my first son was born, I decided to go carnivore. And for like the last, between 2018 and 2024, or the start of 2025, I was around about 80 to 90% carnivore, meaning most of my time I do, very low carb, keto, animal-based keto, maybe a little bit of carbs here and there. For the majority of my year, okay, so the majority of the time, but around about 20, maybe 30% of the time, I'd eat what I want because, it was someone's birthday or it was the weekend, or I'd decide there was a period where I was doing like 6 days really good and then a seventh day, eat whatever I want, like to try and trick my body out of starvation mode, which used to be a thing. If you wanted to lose weight or maintain weight, eat really well for 6 days and then just have total like cheat day or cheat meal and just go crazy. And then it tricks your body into, tricks your body out of starvation mode. I don't believe in that anymore. So, and this, since the start of January, where I went away for Christmas holidays, family, 4 or 5 families, we went to a caravan park somewhere, we went to a place and we had a couple of days away, and I just got on it really bad, like eating boxes of ice creams, like pizza, fish and chips, drinking. Like, I don't drink. I'm not a drinker, but I was like, hey, we're on holiday. Like, that was drinking, by the way. Open hand drinking, closed hand, something different. Open hand drinking, okay? And don't meme that, please. I just felt so crap, and it was during the Christmas period as well. So Christmas, I ate whatever I want. So I just kind of really lax over like a couple of weeks, and then I got back on the Monday after, and so from January the 6th, I think it was. Oh, was it J6? That'll be the anniversary. Give me 1 second. Was it Jan 6? Ha! It was. So from January 6th, that's an interesting anniversary. I have been completely carb free, 0 carbs whatsoever. Well, I mean, the carbohydrates that you find in meat, a little bit of cheese, maybe something like that. But I've been in a state of ketosis and eating only red meat, fish, a little bit of chicken, lots of eggs, lots of butter, and all the animal fat. And I have coffee in the morning, just flat, no milk in the coffee, just a black coffee. And I don't drink diet sodas. I don't drink diet soft drinks. I just drink water or sparkling water. And I can have something. The other day I had sparkling water, and I squeezed a little bit of lime juice in it. I was like, a little bit of lime juice, why not? It kind of makes me feel like I'm having like a vodka tonic, vodka whatever. And it was like, this tastes sweet. That's like and it's because my taste buds have not had sweet for so long that even the tiniest bit of like sweetness is like registers for me. Anyway, so the short answer is feeling much, much better. And I've been on it like 50 days straight. I have no desire to go back. I have a challenge though. And this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be creating a video over the weekend coming. I'm going on a cruise ship. So I'll end with this last one. I'm going on a cruise ship, performing with a 90s band. As you know, I do a lot. I'm a performer. I've been a performer for 25 years as a vocalist, a lead singer in cruise cover bands and theme parks and musicals and all that sort of stuff. It's been the throughput of my entire career before I got into precious metals and social media and all that. And so I gig with an 80s band every now and then. I fill in for them. Now they're doing a 90s version. So I'm going on a 90s cruise. Okay, it's the P&O Encounter. So I'm flying up to Brisbane on Saturday. Going up to your end, top end of the world, Tony, going up to your end on Saturday, and then get on the cruise ship, 3 days out to sea, back on Tuesday morning, and then fly back to Melbourne. But I'm on a cruise ship. And last time I went on the cruise ship, before I went completely 0 carb, I just took those days off. I ate what I wanted, the buffet, 5 coffees a day, all that. And then again, I came home from that cruise and I felt like total crap. My challenge to myself this time, I'm staying carnivore on the cruise ship, and I'm going to document the process as well. I'm going to make a separate video, probably pop it on the channel. So wish me luck for that. I mean, it can be done. It's going to be a bit challenging, but I'm up to the challenge. So anyway, the proper human diet is going very, very well. Thank you. Short answer. Long answer for the short answer. Physical metals equals safety. Yeah, keto. For the win, says Tony. Good on you. Ketosis repairs damaged cells. Ketosis repairs a bunch of things. Ketosis, the more and more you look into a ketogenic diet and being in a state of ketosis, and all the anecdotal evidence of everyone, it reversed my diabetes, it reversed my this, it reversed my depression and anxiety. I am not a doctor. Anything I say is not medical advice. Based on all the anecdotal evidence, it's the best thing that you can do for your brain. Your brain runs on ketones. Your brain runs on fat. Your body needs to be fueled by fat and not by glucose, not by carbohydrates, okay? You will get mental clarity. You will lose weight if you want to lose weight. You'll maintain the weight you currently have. It just magically keeps you at your average set point, whatever that is for you, okay? So if you're way above your weight set point for your height and weight, whatever your ketosis will take you there, and you won't get anorexic or anything like that. You won't get skinnier and skinnier and skinnier if you go on a ketogenic diet. People go, if I cut out all my carbs, I'm going to be like skinny as a rake. No, you just go to kind of be like your natural set point, so long as you're eating enough fat in your diet, and that's mainly what it's about. And good fat too, animal fats. Okay, and it repairs your brain. Okay, fix your body, fix your brain, because your body is your brain. Your brain is part of your body. So fix your body and you'll fix your potential anxiety or depression issues and all that kind of stuff, right? Tony Pearson says, we distill our water and add a few grains of Celtic salt per litre. Yeah, as everyone knows, I don't have distilled water. My next thing I'm looking at getting, because I still drink fluoridated water. Not great. The next thing I'm looking at getting is a reverse osmosis little filter in our house to do that, so I'm not at least drinking fluoridated water. But every morning I have a big glass of water with a teaspoon of Celtic salt in it, plus my little shot of coffee. Oh, God, I feel good. Around about half hour after having it, I'm like, bing, good morning, let's go. Cyclone Albert should be finished by then. Oh, good. It's very windy up there today. Okay, good to know. Burger patties can get you through. Yes, and there's cheap ways to do carnivore diet, and there's expensive ways. You can do it the cheap way. Burger patties are great. Yeah. If you're going by the fattiest cuts of beef mince that you can, if you're living in Australia, then you would go to Aldi and buy the 2-star beef mince, because the 5-star beef mince, and this is how effed up our current system is until it's not, and it will change one day. I think in Australia it'll probably take 15 to 20 years, bare minimum 10 years, where we start going, oh, so the 5-star beef mince is the one it's the lean one. It's had all the fat cut out of it. And that's the stuff that's the worst for you, because it's just protein and there's no fat in it, okay? You need fat to survive. It's the 2-star, the lowest bar, cheapest stuff, right? The 5-star beef mince is like $10 for a little packet. The 2-star beef mince is like $6 a packet, all right? It's way cheaper. And it's got all that fat, and it's so good for you, okay? That flippening of our mindset probably will happen eventually, but, not for a while. We're still the early adopters. Tony Pearson says, I make grass-fed burgers and homemade Big Mac sauce. Oh, nice. I also make a tasty knockoff Whopper. Oh, I do say not anymore, but when I was eating bad, when I was eating terrible and I was, have some days off or whatever, a Whopper is the best. A Whopper is the best burger. The best burger, absolutely. The food pyramid is upside down. Yes, it is. I do agree. I truly am an excellent cook, says Tony Pearson. Hence why hubby hanging around for 25 years. That's because you're gorgeous. That's why, that too. No, because you're also a great person, Tony. That's it, people. We've done gold real estate stuff. We've done crypto stuff. We've done precious metals and all that. And we've shot the SHIT talking about carnivore. Man, what a day. You have been watching. Good morning, Stackers. I'm going to mute that. I'm going to turn that down. Ladies and gentlemen, you will get another show tomorrow, my funky people. But in the meantime, we must increase our bust. We must dance it out, because you've been watching.
Good morning, Stack. Oh yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, Stack. It's podcast time.
Grab it.
Grab a tasty beverage. Let's get in the groove.
Let's do that.
Synchronised.
3, 2,
Now
1.
we're on the
Slurp.
move. Good morning, Stack.
Man, thanks for watching, people. Good sesh. Stay safe, stay informed. Keep stacking whatever you're stacking, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Have a great day.